You all know this. It's Peter Mayer's song. You could do the descant on the breathe in, breathe out. Hands open to the day. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands joined as if to pray. Breathe in, breathe out. Arms reaching to the sky. Then circling around down to the earth. Eyes lifted to the light, to the light. Hands like branches catching rain. Breathe in, breathe out. Rising like a stalk of green. Breathe in, breathe out. And arms reaching to the sky. Then circling around down to the earth. Eyes lifted to the light, to the light. Hearts open to the day. Breathe in, breathe out. Join together and to pray. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
Good morning.
Morning.
I was just sitting here looking at these flowers, at these wildflowers, and just thinking, we're almost through to fall, but not quite. Not quite. We still have a few weeks left before we get there. And aren't these beautiful? And isn't the last part of the summer season beautiful? Don't we find so many beautiful things in this kind of in-between period? I think sometimes we have to pause for beauty, don't you? Yeah. So today we start a new series, our fall series, which is called Listening to the Holy. And the next 3 months, in lots of different ways, we're going to explore what it is to hear the still small voice of the holy. However you reference that. Some of us use God, some of us use universal field, some of us use Great Spirit, whatever you call that source of life. We're going to take some time, some real time here to come to this voice. Because here's the thing, I can stand up here and talk about God all day long. And you can go, oh, that was a nice lesson, cool lesson. But if you hear the still small voice of God in you once, nothing else I say will ever impact that, right? Nothing, once you hear it, once you feel it, once you know it, everything that you hear reminds you of what you already know. But it's your inner knowing, your perfect knowing, that allows you to express that, to be that, to walk as the hands and the heart of the holy in everything that you do. And that's really what we're about here. If you're here visiting the first time, the task we're really about is living fully, day in, day out, all hours, no matter the situation, as the expressive hands and heart of the holy. That's a pretty big objective. So today we're going to talk about stillness. And I want to just touch on a couple of things. Rumi says, there is a voice that doesn't use words. Listen. The Buddha taught that the awakening comes through the stilling of the mind. In Hinduism, the Upanishads describe God as the soundless sound. Lao Tzu taught that the Tao cannot be grasped by words or striving. It can only be perceived in stillness. And the Lakota practice of crying for a vision requires stillness on the land until guidance comes. Myrtle Fillmore, in her book Healing Letters, says, the still small voice in spirit is spirit speaking within. It does not argue. It does not plead. It quietly reveals. It's a big deal. It does not argue with you. It does not plead. It quietly reveals. And in his book, Keep a True Lent, her husband Charles, both Myrtle and Charles, in case you don't know, are the co-founders of Unity. Her husband Charles wrote, the still small voice is the voice of God, the Christ consciousness in each of us. We hear it when personal thought is stilled. So why explore all of that? Because there are universal laws. There are things that we believe in different faiths and different practices, things that we've learned from our own culture, things that we've learned from where we are in the world. But there are things that are universal, that it doesn't matter where you are true. And this, that God is found in the stillness, is a truth you can count on. So we're going to take 5 whole minutes to be still this morning. Now, for those of you that come in all the time and we do this little meditation at the beginning, we do a minute and a half, maybe 2, if I'm patient. We're going to do 5 minutes of stillness. And I'm going to ask you all week to give yourself intervals of 5 minutes of stillness when you feel frustrated, when anything is going on, to just look at the clock, be still. You can close your eyes, not close your eyes. Today, I'd like you to close your eyes. I'd like you not to think about the time. I'd like you to simply let yourself have a few minutes. Find yourself in the chair. Go ahead. Notice the chair underneath you. Notice that you are in a safe place. Notice your breath. Breathe at ease. And simply let yourself experience a few minutes of quiet. I'll bring you back when we're done. Just notice where you are. Recollect if you felt the deepening. Notice how your body feels in this still centered moment. And consider if you gave yourself 20 of these, how might things change in the stillness, in the quiet? We find the holy. And so it is.
Lay, 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 hallelujah. 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 Switching the order. It's in stillness, through hidden gate and twisted vine, where garden shadows lengthen, moss runs deep, and ivy twines. Hear the sleep, the sun, where runs a tiny silken stream. Like a small bird, I am waiting for you to come for me. Sacred in my heart's design, where circled stones surround the spark that is waiting to be fired. Yours is the voice I long to hear, drifting of green. And I've been searching like a small bird for the song you sing with me. So like a tiny bird, circling the spring, finding precious things that others never see. Oh, could you find what's precious in me? Take stillness. I am only for your eyes. Breathe unfold me slowly. Try to look past the outside. You'll find what you've longed for, the breeze that blows so warm. True. I've been searching like a small bird. I like to share with you. Oh,
So some people believe the Bible literally, and some people believe there are great stories in the Bible. Charles Fillmore believed that the Bible was an explanation of life experience, that all of the things that we find in the Bible tell us something about ourselves. When I share this with you, give you the freedom to believe whatever you want. Because one of the things that I love about Unity is we don't tell you what you have to believe. We give you an opportunity to consider many different things. So here's what I want to invite you into today. I want to invite you into the story of stillness. That is the story of Elijah. This is from Kings, from 1 Kings. And in the story, Elijah has just had one of those amazing winning moments. Have you ever had a moment that was punctuated by thunder? Right? We've had that, right? Where something happens and there's a punctuation that comes in, a sound or a lightning bolt or a something. The phone rings, whatever it is, and you're like, oh, thank you. Elijah was in a war and God rained fire. And he was seen as this prophet who told us God is real. Look, God is real. Very powerful, powerful moment of winning. And the next day, after that great, powerful moment of winning, Jezebel, Queen Jezebel, sent him a message. And she said, by this time tomorrow, you'll be dead. And he was terrified. He was terrified. And he gathered a small bag and he ran into the wilderness. And he ran until he dropped, and he found himself beneath a broom tree, and he went to sleep because he was exhausted. And important thing, before he went to sleep, he said, just take me. I'm done now. I just want to die. Just take me. I'm done. Ever had that moment? Asleep, out. And he feels a tap on the shoulder, and he wakes up and it's an angel. And the angel says, there's food and water here. Eat. You need it for the journey. So he eats. I'd be a little shocked. Bread and water. He eats and he goes, no journey, back to sleep. And the angel taps him again. Lets him sleep for a little while, taps him again, says, wake up. You have to eat and you have to drink. You have a long journey ahead of you. So he does. He eats bread. He drinks water. It is miraculously sustaining. And he walks for 40 days and 40 nights till he gets to Mount Horeb. Now, Mount Horeb is the same mountain as Mount Sinai. It's just the mountain of God. named in different ways by different people. So he walks all the way to Mount Horeb, and he gets up on the mountain and he finds a cave. And he's walked 40 days and 40 nights. He's exhausted. He gets in the cave, he goes to sleep again because he's tired. And he wakes up and he feels this pull, something inside of him that says, go to the mouth of the cave. Come out into God's presence. You're not going to find God hiding in the cave. Come out into the presence. So he walks to the mouth of the cave and he waits. And before he knows it, there is a furious wind, a wind that bends trees over, a wind you can't even imagine. And he thinks to himself, I'm really glad I'm in this cave. And the wind dies down. And not long after the wind is an earthquake that breaks boulders in half. Not a little earthquake, not a little rumbler, but an earthquake. The cave doesn't fall in on him, but he watches what happens around him and thinks, well, God's not there. I'm waiting for God to talk to me. God is not in the earthquake. God was not in the wind, just destruction. And then there is a massive fire. This guy has bad luck. There is a massive fire that burns through the mountain. And he backs up into the cave and puts his cloth over his face so he can breathe. And he waits. And eventually the fire burns down and there's nothing. And he waits. And he waits. And he waits. Till he hears a whisper. And what he hears is this: what are you doing here? Now, if I was Elijah, I'd have thought to myself, that's a dang good question. What am I doing here? First of all, there's all kinds of stuff going on I don't want anything to do with. And I can accomplish nothing in this cave. What am I doing here? And that question is enough to move Elijah back into motion. Because Elijah was a prophet of God. He was the expression of God. He was the living expression of God to such a degree of understanding and truth that he could call on God to bring fire from heaven. So he walked off the mountain. And that's as much as we know. So why is that important? Because what Charles Fillmore does with this story is powerful. Charles Fillmore says Elijah is our highest consciousness. Our highest consciousness when we know the truth of God. When thunder came and we know God was listening. When something happened for us and we know there is a God out there. There is a God in here. There is a God, however you name it. That's Elijah. That's what Elijah represents. Jezebel represents our destructive thoughts. How we talk ourselves out of that. We talk ourselves out of God until we fall asleep in our knowing. And then after a while, after we've been in the grumbling and the griping and the complaining and the worry, an angel comes and taps us on the shoulder because we were sleeping and says, hey, how about nourishing yourself with some prayer, with some affirmations, with some good reading? How about nourishing yourself with something? Because you have a long journey ahead of you. You're not done yet. And the God you know is still with you. So we start to wake up a little bit, and then we might have more destructive thoughts and think to ourselves, this is just me. I'm going back to sleep. Eventually, we start walking, and it feels like 40 days and 40 nights when we're in the dark night of the soul, when we feel like we have lost track of the holy, that the holy isn't talking to us anymore. It feels like the dark night of the soul, and it feels like we walked 40 days and 40 nights and crawled deeper and deeper into our own cave, right? We've all been there. That journey can be this long and feel like 40 days and 40 nights when you're seeking an answer, when you really need an answer. And you've gone into your cave because the world is not friendly, because there are wicked winds that blow through your mind with harsh thoughts about who you are and who the world is, because there are earthquakes that shake the foundation of what you believe about yourself, because there are rageful fires of anger, passion. It can be rageful fires of productivity that still keep us from the holy center of who we are until the moment that we get exhausted and we just stop and we actually start listening and we recognize God wasn't in the rageful winds of my mind, and God wasn't in the shaking foundation of life, and God wasn't in the fire, whether it was passionate and explosively productive or it was rageful. God wasn't in any of those things. So where do I find God? In the stillness. When that deep inner voice comes up in me and says, "What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Come on. We're made of something different." And we remember who we are. We remember that we're the divine expression. We remember that the world is counting on us. We remember that we are counting on us, that there is something for us to do. And we move back out into life, remembering who we really are and being, again, the hands and holy heart in expression in the world. It's a powerful story, isn't it? It's a powerful story, no matter what we think about it as the literal biblical value or a great story. What Fillmore does with it is makes it relevant, because every one of us has had this experience. Every one of us has had this moment where we really needed to hear an answer from God. And we did everything except be still. We walked miles. We prayed. We affirmed. We did everything except be still. And this is why we have these words up here, because this is so critically important to what we're talking about. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am is working in you. I am God. I am the living expression of God. I am moving the energy of God. I am what God has to have on earth to be. Us. And every tree and every bird and everything else. Because it's all the fabric of the holy, right? So we start with the same place we will end in 3 months. And in between, you'll get lots of tools for how to get there. Lots of opportunities to practice. In the e-blast, every week, you'll get a practice, an invitation to a practice, a tool you can use. But the most important one you have is the one that you practice today. 5 minutes. 5 minutes of stillness. Because 5 minutes, if you're not really watching the clock, sometimes ends up being half an hour. Right? There's a point when you're in that stillness where you drop in. Did you feel that? For the first minute, you're like, yeah, okay, I'm still. And then there's a breath. It's audible if you're listening for it in this room. There's a breath that people take that says, oh, and your shoulders drop and you settle in and something different happens. The presence in the room changes in this room. It will change wherever you are. Because when you make that moment of stillness, the holy can reach into your heart and bring something powerful forward. And mostly, what we're invited into is to ask ourselves, what am I doing in this doubt? What am I doing in this worry? What am I doing in this? What am I doing here? This is not where I want to be. So the stillness invites us back to connection, back to knowing, to being still and knowing who we really are.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Come to talk with you again. Cause a vision softly creeping left its seeds where I was. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sounds of silence and restless dreams I locked alone. Narrow streets of cobblestone, beneath the halo of Main Street lamp, I turned my collar to the cold. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of neon light, stood there, touched the sound of silence, and in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more, people talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never shared. No one did disturb the sound of silence. Folks said I cannot know. Silence like a cancer grow. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops, fell. Silent, and the people bowed to pray. God they made. And the sun flashed out its glory. It was for me. And the sign said the words of the prophets are on the subway walk, tenement halls, and a whisper in the sun of silence.
You guys know the story of that song? Paul Simon wrote that song for his college roommate who went blind. And while he was in college, they were roommates, he went blind and he had to leave college. And so he was gone, I think, for a year before his roommate went and got him and said, come back. I will get you where you need to be. I will get you. Then he made sure that young man got through college and took him by the arm, place to place, to make sure that he could complete his education. So it's a powerful song. We think certain things about it, but it is a song written for someone who literally felt silenced in the world because he couldn't see anymore. Really powerful song. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. I always think when we talk about being the hands and heart of the holy, like that, right? That is the hands and heart of the holy, somebody who would take up that job for someone that they loved. So, we can fill this space with a lot of words. And the words are never as powerful as the stillness that you give yourself. So I'm inviting you again. This is an invitation, not an order. I'm inviting you to give yourself 5 minutes of intentional stillness each day. You can do it once or you can do it 3 times. You can do it as many times as you feel called. Some of you are really solid meditators, and that's great. I'm inviting you to give yourself 5 minutes of silence when it is the least likely moment for you to take 5 minutes of silence. When you're in the parking lot, dreading walking in the store because there are too many people in there. When you're in your car thinking, I gotta go into this office, I don't want to do that. Or just before you get up on the roof to fix something that broke. I'm inviting you to give yourself 5 minutes of silence to center when life feels hard or uncomfortable, when you hear Jezebel in your head, right? When Jezebel is there going, tomorrow by this time you'll be dead. It's almost like that, isn't it? So I invite you to give yourself a few minutes to just still and center and to make a place where the Holy can actually communicate. Because there's a lot of noise to get through in there. It takes a couple minutes to settle, all right? We'll start here. Next week, Reverend Patrick will be here. He's going to take you on a little bit of a fun journey into deeper intuition. I'm excited that he's coming in. I know that you guys love him. He brings lots of laughter to this place. And he will be here, and I will be helping CSL of Parker, who has this week is their minister's last week. So I will be going up and helping them step into their ministerial search. And then I'll be back the following week. So a couple of cool things are coming up. I want to tell you about them. We're moving into fall. And fall is, as we know, a time of release. And we're going to do a whole day of release ceremony here on Monday, the 30th, 29th of September. We'll start in the morning with some yoga and light movement. You can attend that or not. That'll be at 10, at 11. We will go into some presenters that will take you on a journey. We have Tina Green coming in from California. She is Tina Green, the self-love queen. She's coming in from California. She'll be teaching. We have Natalie Peterson coming in. She is a sound and movement specialist. She'll be coming in to work with you on the sonic field that allows you to kind of shake things loose. in the most delightful way. And Stephanie Urbina Jones and Jeffany Pager will be here. They are Toltec teachers, and they will be offering you a deeper understanding of some Indigenous cultural teaching around release, and then an opportunity to step into mantra and mudra. So mantra is to give holy word, and mudra is to use your body to make holy message, because things that we do with our body actually change the physiology of our body. They will be offering mantra and mudra and some music to go along with it as part of that day. And Mark and I will do, Mark is going to do the opening ceremony, and I will be doing the closing ceremony. So we'll bookend this experience. So I hope that you'll consider joining us. Tickets are $30. You can get them in the office, and we'll get a link out to you. We have not set that link in place because we just finalized our last speakers. But you can thank the board for letting us do this, because it's taking a little bit of financial investment to make this happen and have these people come in, and your tickets will help recoup those costs. So their tickets are $25 up until you buy them at the door. $25 and $30 at the door. So you'll be able to come in and do that if you like. There was something else I was going to tell you about. Oh, our meeting today. We have a meeting today, meeting 2 of our town halls as we move forward in our great question. The great question is, do we stay in this building, or is it time to do something else? And there are lots of considerations. We've had one town hall about the financial considerations. Today's town hall is about the heart. It's an opportunity, a facilitated opportunity to speak to what is in your heart. And what that means is it's not a random, like, everybody's just going to popcorn and speak. I'm going to ask some real questions and invite you to share your heart around those questions. Your board will be here helping to facilitate, and we're hoping to get underneath Jezebel in our head, right? To get into the divine heart of where we're at. So I hope that you will intend to come. It'll be here in the sanctuary at 12. If you are on Zoom today, I have to tell you, we did not know that Mark was going to be gone today. And in order to do this, we're going to need to, I can't get you on mic. So I will be reading what you write in the chat so that you have an opportunity to speak. So think about that. In the hour in between, you may want to write some of your feelings. It will help you to put them into writing in the box. And I will read them because I'll have the screen in front of me. If we can find a solution to that in between, we'll let you know, but I'd rather right now say we probably can't. And if you're in town and you want to attend so that you have that full voice, you have a whole hour to get down here before we start. Okay? Any questions about that? All right, then, my friends, let us go into a powerful September for Westside Cares. This is one of our 4 months of the year that we give to their food bank and support what they're doing. Westside Cares handles all kinds of needs for the community, and I know that you'll hear more about that in the announcements, but I want to say it to you in particular. Right now, people are hungry. Let's do a great job in September bringing in the food. You can bring things here and you can deliver them to Westside Cares. Either one is wonderful, and they're counting on us. So let's show them what they can count on, shall we? We do that well. We're a very generous community, generous in the way we give, generous in the way we show up for one another and for our community. And as we think about that, as we go into our giving time, I want to invite you to give from gratitude. If you are able to give today, fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. And if today giving is difficult for you, then take a deep breath and be in the receiving from this service. Just be in the receiving. The giving time will come for all of us. All right? Let's hold in our hands what we choose to give today. And let's speak our affirmation of abundance together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
While we're thanking our ushers for their good work today, I also want to thank those of you that give through electronic giving, because I know sometimes when the basket comes, we don't recognize. I really want to say thank you. That electronic giving is the kind of the stable foundation where we know this is what we can count on every month, and it really helps us. And if you're interested in giving electronically, you can talk with Yolanda in the office, and there's also a sheet in the seat back pocket. We receive these gifts and the gifts that are given in all ways with so much gratitude, knowing that this is simply the energy of the Holy moving through us and from us and out into the world in a powerful and good way. And for that, we say thank you, and so it is.
So it is.
Do we have kids today, Debbie? No babies? What? We're all sad. No babies. No babies today. We have had an amazing start to our youth program, and I just again want to thank Afra, Dana, and Debbie for getting that launched. And I'm going to ask, who is my platformer today? It is you, Karen. It's all yours.
There we are. I am thankful. Ahriana and Joe, thank you.
Tammy too. Tammy too.
Oh, I'm Tammy. I'm so sorry, dear. Because I sit and I watch you all the time. I love it. I want to do that. I love it. Thank you, Joe. If you will, please join us in saying our affirmation to welcome a new minister. You can also include it in your daily prayer and meditation. In deep gratitude for our past, we embrace change with faith and enthusiasm. We will warmly welcome our new minister to Unity Spiritual Center in the Rockies with open hearts and joyful spirits. And so it is. The beautiful flowers on the platform this morning is brought to us by Mike. Thank you so much. Mark, let me welcome you here to the platform and so you can discuss your online course. Is this a surprise? Would you like?
It's a surprise to me too, love. Hey, before you do that, you go ahead and go up there. While you're making your way up, just so you guys know, the board because your affirmation is working, you don't know that because unless we tell you, the board had a wonderful interview with a potential minister on Friday, and they are in the process right now of scheduling that minister to come in and meet all of you. And on the same day, they got word about another minister who is looking at this job. So your affirmation is working. Keep it up.
All right. Ooh. So the surprise coming up here and sharing, I don't know either. I had to check back to make sure it was okay for me to do this. So Lindsay Facknitz, who is one of the guest presenters up here, once a month or so, she and I are putting on a voice, breath, and body 5-week program about finding centeredness and groundedness in these uncertain times. So with what's going on in the political environment and the world frontiers and the climactic situation and so many other things that one of the things when Ahriana and I came back after our 6-month journey, when we flew into Seattle, there was this heaviness. I mean, this palpable feeling, tangible heaviness that was in the energetic field of the United States. And so Lindsay and I are coming together to do a 5-week. We're going to do it. We start off thinking about doing it in person, and then decided to do it online for a couple reasons. So it's going to be a 5-week program that the information is down the hall on the bulletin board there, but it is about finding tools, and we're going to come up with a soul song. You're going to come up with your own soul song for that. That is a technique, some really simple techniques that you can use to become centered, grounded, and really in this place and out of fear. So activating that parasympathetic nervous system, which is the opposite of fight and flight, right into the groundedness that you can use at any time, because we carry this vessel, this physical vessel with us wherever we go. So we've got our breath, we've got our sound, we've got our bodies. And these are the tools we're going to be using and exploring over this 5 weeks. So if you want to have more information about that, you can check down on the bulletin board or just talk with me afterwards. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I actually also saw in the foyer some actual sheets in regard to it. All right, so some upcoming things. Jill Hollister's Pizza Dinner is Saturday, September 13th at 5:30 at Jill's home. I believe we still have some seats available, and those seats are $25. You can see your lotter in the office to reserve your seat, or I believe there may be a sign up also. And Usher team training is scheduled for Sunday, September 21st at 12 p.m. in the sanctuary. If you are a current usher or a new usher, or if you're interested in becoming an usher, please attend this important training. And Yolanda, you can let her know in the office that you plan to attend the training. As Ahriana said, Westside Cares September is one of our 4 months annually that Unity Community is asked to provide food, toiletry, and clothing for Westside Cares. While you may already contribute these items throughout the year, please consider giving extra this month. Also to note, no household items, please, as they've run out of storage space for them at this time. If you'd like to bring your donations to Unity instead of Westside Cares, a volunteer will deliver them for you. And the Unity Metaphysical and Craft Fair is coming up. The date has changed. It is Saturday, October 25th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The admission is $5. We'll have a range of holistic healers, craft vendors, and more. So vendors sign up now to host a booth inside or outside at Unity. Bless you. And do check the Unity newsletter, the bulletin boards, online calendar, and Facebook pages for updates on various things. If you would like to be added to the Unity newsletter mailing list, or if you would like a Unity name tag, then please stop by the Unity office or email unity@unityrockies.org. And now, let me turn the mic over to Forrest, who is our prayer chaplain for today.
Thank you. That means so many things to me. It means I love you all, and it means peace be still, that beautiful place inside. So I am your prayer chaplain, and after the service, I'll be down the hall in the meditation room. And if you have a prayer that you would like to have Unity pray for you and have more in-depth time, they pray for your prayers 30 days. And there's a box at the back on the table that you can sign a little slip of paper and put your request there. So, thank you, everyone. Beautiful, beautiful service, Ahriana and Joe. Gosh, Sound of Silence. And Tammy, oh my God, really appreciate you. So join me, please, in the closing prayer. I am. The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Now we'll have our beautiful peace song.
Let it be sun and let it begin with me. And it be sun, the peace that was meant to be with God, Creator. May our friend let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternal. Let be peace and let it be with